Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1222nd edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, 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 traders. Okay, so here we are. This video is being filmed on Monday night for trading Tuesday. That is September 16th, 2014. Traders, as we know, futures trading can be extremely risky and can cause substantial financial loss. It is certainly not suitable for all investors. You must know the risks behind this game. All right, traders, so what are we looking at? Another red omni to start off the trading session. So starting off the trading session on Tuesday, 9/16, we're starting off with the red omni pointing towards the downside. Traders, Dow Jones Industrial Average Daily Bar, we're looking at the same thing we've been looking at for days and days on end. This double top. Is a double top coming? That's the big question. Is a double top coming? Well, we've already had a little bit of a pullback, right? So here's what we're looking at now in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And keep this in mind, traders. We employ a day trading methodology. It is absolutely, positively, unequivocally sane and logical to be bullish one day, bearish the next, bullish the next day, bearish the next, because that is the life of a day trading system. So remember, it's all right that we've got a long-term bullish outlook and we get to play bearish as well. We can be bullish on Monday, bearish on Tuesday, bullish on Wednesday, bearish on Thursday. That is the life of a day trader. You newcomers out there, just get used to this, please. This is the way it works. All right, so the Dow Jones Industrial Average Daily Bar doesn't look beautiful right here. It has been absolutely coming down ever since this possible, or I guess acting like now, double top has created itself. But let's just continue to look around. Let's see what else is out there. So I want to introduce you to another chart now, and that would be the Dow Jones Industrial Average, what I think the market will absolutely end up doing in the end. So as scary as the first chart I showed you, which would be here, as scary as this look is, by the end of the video, you'll understand why I just showed you that chart. So that's what we're dealing with now. But I have a feeling that will not be what we'll be dealing with in just a few days. But we'll get to this shortly. Let's move along. So here's what I'm looking at, traders. Nasdaq Daily Bar for the December contract. We are expecting this thing to come down a little bit, and here is your target. This could happen by Tuesday, Wednesday. We're expecting possibly 39.75 to 39.50 in your December Nasdaq. Here would be your target right here in this zone. I expect it to come off a little bit more. Short-term target, I would not fall in love with the downside. Do not. But short-term target, we could see Nasdaq get pummeled a little bit here. That's your Nasdaq. Then we can go look at another interesting chart. The Russell. Now this I'm going to throw into a continuous so that it looks a little bit prettier, but it's the same exact chart. So here's your continuous Nasdaq. Continuous Russell, excuse me. And I will say that this Russell resembles another chart that I'm going to show you in just a moment. But the Russell doesn't look good here, right? You got to expect at least one more down day after looking at this. After this weird little top got put in, it started to round off just a little bit here. You know, I went, all right, we got to respect what's going on. So possible little rounded short-term top. But this is what happened in gold, and we started to build this really nice pennant, and we came down to the bottom of the pennant in the gold. So I'm not looking for any crash by any means, but possibly the Russell could come off a little bit. It looks like the gold now. In fact, what I'm referring to, just so that you see the chart, is this chart right here. So that's your Russell. Let's go look at the gold very quickly. Let's just pull it up. And we'll slap that into a daily, and here's what we're looking at. Traders, the first thing I want to tell you about gold is hold off on selling for the time being. We're not selling gold on Tuesday, at least not at the onset of trading on Tuesday. The possibility of a bounce is coming our way in gold. So hold off on selling gold. That's what the little red line is through there for. unless the gold reaches certain levels. If it rallies up high enough, maybe we'll sell it again. But for now, I just want to say, hold off on selling gold. In fact, a round of applause. Omni has done quite well in gold. It's given us some fantastic points over the last few weeks. So the gold calls have been great with Omni. Once again, Omni says hold off on gold selling for the onset of trading on Tuesday. So we will certainly respect that, and the red line goes through. So again, let's go back to the Dow Jones because, you know, it's an interesting chart. The Dow Jones, I think, will end up looking just like this when all is said and done. What should happen is that the Dow Jones Industrial Average will break out of a bull flag and not be a double top up here. And why I say that, and you've seen this chart already, but let's just go over it. Remember, this chart in a few days, traders, I do not want you to forget. Remember this chart in a few days because see this, what looked like could have been a double top, but did not go. I've got the bars illustrated in green, these boxes, very light, but they're there. Top two, didn't work. Made a top two, didn't work. Comes up, makes a top two, does come down a little, then makes a new high. Top two, will it work? I don't think so. I think this is a bull flag. I think that is what we will turn out to be in the near future. That is not short-term trading. Short-term trading, as you know, we're bearish. Remember this in a few days. This is not for trading Tuesday. This is what I think will end up happening when we want to look at trading for Tuesday. This is what we start off with. The red Omni. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average pointing down. We will respect that no matter what. And we will do this, traders. We will always place our stops. And we will always remember that stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at livewithoscar.com.